You've tuned into The Mountain Gardener with your host, Ken Lain. Gardening, it can be challenging, but with these simple insider tips, you'll reap huge rewards. Now, let's tune into today's Mountain Gardener with Ken and Lisa. So, garden centers right now are gathering together around the country. There's like 13 to 15,000. We don't know exactly. There's so many of us, but every town has two or three garden centers throughout the country. And so, US and Canadian garden centers, we get together and we try to help each other be better growers, landscapers, retailers, maintenance, or the new introduction of products come out in the fall. So starting in August through September, that's kind of our window. We gather together to get more knowledgeable, to see the new products, to educational. Our teams go off so we bond together and get better. And so we are seeing some fantastic, unbelievable new products coming out. I don't know why this is the case, but I think part of I don't know why. One, I have this new product called Woolits. We found this up in Chicago. Woolits are a gal out of, Minnesota, has thousands of sheep. And the price of wool, she shears her sheep, and the price of wool is so low, she can't break even. She's going, I've got all this wool. What do I do? I'm going, really? That's a thing? Really? So she bought a pelletizing machine. She puts the wool in and then pelletizes it, and it becomes organic fertilizer. The beauty with sheep wools, what this is as you put it in the soil, it actually absorbs water and expands and adds air. Then it contracts. It actually holds moisture. It feeds the soil, and it enhances the worm and mycorrhizal activity in the soil. It's like this magic new product I've never seen before. They're called Woolits, like pellets, only wool. It's kind of a play on words. The science, I was looking at this, talking to their insider people. I'm going to try to get them on for an interview. It'd be fascinating. These folks are super interesting. Kind of a little mom and pop operation. They package this stuff up and they come in. It's like little tiny pellets. They look like wood pellets, only they're not. They're wool pellets. You add them to your garden soils and enhance the richness of the soil. I went, that's perfect. That's what we need in the mountains of Arizona, where we have such heavy, thick clay soil with no organics. Now we can add organics that actually enriches the soil and expands and lightens up this heavy clay. I'm going to try it out. We're trying it now. But what I'm seeing is it's really great. It could be used in houseplants, raised beds, containers. It's a great, great product. It brand new. We'll introduce that, do more with it next spring, but we're starting to get next spring's products in today as we try to figure out how to use them. Another one is sustainability is a big deal. And so we are unsustainable on many of the products that we're harvesting from the earth. And one front and foremost is peat moss. Peat moss is becoming, you're harvesting these peat bogs and they're deplenishing. This is not sustainable for the long term. Peat takes millennia to build up, and now we're harvesting them, and you can run out of this resource. So we're trying to find alternatives to create mainly potting soil. That's the number one ingredient in potting soil is peat moss. Then you do some compost, some perlite, those little white pellets that keep aeration in there. There's a lot of good things. Peat moss is a great product, but it's not a sustainable product. It's better. Is there a more environmentally safe way to introduce soil amendments that's better than peat moss? This might be sacrilege to you. Well, your grandfather would have said, yeah, crazy. But everyone's into gardening now, and it's only getting bigger. And now we're global. We got to find another way. Well, we found it's called Molly's Soils. This gal, I think another good, smaller, this is a Canadian company. They came up with other additives, whether it's volcanic, different resources to replace that peat moss. It is unbelievable how well this potting soil grows without any peat moss. So we've got three mixes. One's for cacti, one's for just regular house plants, and then one's for just a regular potting soil. So for generic, orchid mix, an orchid mix. So orchids, potting soil for regular houseplants, and cactus. The richness of this soil. It's like a couple dollars more expensive, but way better for the environment and even better at growing plants. Unfortunately, I can't figure out how to get this in bulk yet. I've got to go smaller, house planty kind of container, maybe back patio containers. But a fantastic new potting soil that's better for the environment. These are brand new products. Again, we brought it in now to introduce it, play with it, get familiar with it, so we can now recommend it to you all and go, this is the greatest thing ever. Why would you try anything else? You're growing pot, do this. You're growing tomatoes, do this. You're growing herbs, do this. New Mastera, do this. So whatever, it's a good product for that. We want to sell it with confidence. So we bring it in a season ahead, so we're ready for this for next springs as it rushes in. Another one, they've got some creativity. This has got to be 3D printing's a big deal right now, and then new just different new ways, laser cutters, this kind of stuff. We have a new houseplant stand. You got the old moss pole, boring. Oh my gosh, been the same for 50 years. They're doing decorative cutouts of foliage. It's just really fun that we brought in now. So now you can hang up that pothos. It's going to run around the room with a decorative, designer-esque, beautiful plant stand that holds up your plants. Lots of new things coming in. Lots of fun new products coming in at the garden center.
Waters Garden companion plants for September are Raywood ash, Russian sage, honeysuckle, and ivory feathers pampas grass.
Ivory feathers is a dwarf pampas grass that blends perfectly into desert landscapes.
The ivory plumes reach overhead height for architectural style around patios and ponds.
Well suited as a visual barrier or hedge in the far reaches of the yard.
You will find only the brightest grasses here at Waters Garden Center.
Shop in-store or online at watersgardencenter.com. For a more fruitful garden, increase success in the landscape that just feels better, then tune in daily to the Mountain Gardener podcast. Subscribe through your favorite podcast streamer or visit watersgardencenter.com. Better yet, visit me directly right here at Waters Garden Center. Thanks for tuning in.